National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is celebrating Vehicle Recall Safety Week. Well, at least putting the focus on it, stressing the importance of getting that car of yours checked out before continuing to drive it. We are continuing that conversation this morning with the Louisiana Traffic Safety Commission and our Matt Venezia clearly out there right now, joining us with some useful tips and things maybe we need to be aware of before we get out on the roadway, Matty.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it's never a bad time to make sure your vehicle is up to date, in tab with all those safety checks. And just last year, 2024, there were over 1,000 safety recalls. It actually affected more than 35 million vehicles, as well as different pieces of safety equipment for your cars. So this conversation is very, very important. Greg Fisher joining us this morning from the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission. And there's two different ways that you guys are pushing to everyone, wanting to keep everyone in the loop. If you wanted to share the best methods to make sure that your safety checks are in line with your vehicles.
Sure. So I think one of the easiest ways to check for recalls is to go to NHTSA.gov. That's the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration website, and you would enter in your make and model. Basically, they have a really easy template, and they would show you, what sort of recalls that might be available for your make and model, and luckily, hopefully you don't have any. But the other method is NHTSA has a really great app. It's called the Safer Car app, and that'll actually keep you informed in real time. So like if you go in, you put your VIN number in, your make and model, it'll sort of store it into the system and keep it running so that as soon as there's a recall for you, they'll notify you.
Is there a certain recall right now that's kind of been something you guys have been keeping an eye on? Maybe some certain vehicle safety check that has affected the most amount of people here early 2025?
Well, unfortunately, most recalls are going to be for minor issues. I've probably brought my car in a couple times for a seatbelt issue or, something wrong with the motor. But recently there's been this Takata airbag recall, and that's affected millions of people. There's been 36 deaths, over the past decade. And so occasionally there's something that really needs our attention that could be sort of deadly. And so that's why NHTSA calls our attention to this recalls, through this campaign twice a year.
Certainly. Well, thank you so much for that information. You talked about the Safe Driving app. We have it pulled up right here. It's pretty useful. You're able to click on the different things, type in the VIN number, look up through your license plate as well that Greg's mentioning here. And when we come back in the next half hour, as you see here, we got the hood popped. We're going to check on some useful things you can keep in mind before we get on the roadways and to check under your own hood before getting behind the wheel. Matt, with that, we'll send it back to you.
Trying to make it easy, Matt. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.